Okay.
Welcome on, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I especially appreciate you setting aside time to be together with me today on this free Powerseries intro class. These days, you can get a lot of free content. I know that. And your time is precious. So if you've joined me here, you've made a special effort. And I want to say that in appreciation to that, I am committed to you walking away with value today. Okay. So whether you end up joining me on this magical journey or whether you don't, today you will walk away with something that you can already put to use in your life. So, Powerseries. Here's what it's all about. You're going to want to have a pen and paper so that you can write, right? And my question to you is this. If you had an imaginary wand and you could magically create anything you want, and I mean anything, what would you create for yourself right now? Is it going to be an ideal job? Is it going to be financial freedom or financial security? Is it going to be more love or meaningful relationships in your life? Is it going to be more health and physical vitality? Are you looking for the perfect shidduch, your ideal home? More spiritual connection and a deeper relationship with Hashem? A better emotional state? Or maybe even something I didn't touch on. Just choose one that is truly meaningful to you and write it down. Because if you're going to do that, you're going to walk away with value today. Got it? Now my question to you is, what would it mean to you if you could have that in your life right now? Take a moment to feel into that. What would it mean to you if you could have that? Everything in the world? And what would be the best part of having that? What would be the best part of having that? And that's going to lead us into what we're going to cover today. Okay? Today, we will learn the secret formula I discovered when manifesting my dream house. So I've been there and I've done that, and I've got some things to share with you, some things that people don't know. I'm going to cover the 5 koiches you've been given to create whatever you desire in your life. The specific challenges almost everyone faces when trying to apply those koiches, and it's going to be very clear when we get to it. So all of this is relevant, immediately relevant to you. And how Powerseries will help you overcome these challenges and get what you truly want. So this is all about you and for you. All right? Are you in? You'll walk away with clarity about the steps you need to take to manifest your desires, inspired and confident that the life you want is possible for you. And pay attention to this. You will hear testimonies from people like you who started out last year or the year before, who manifested their desires while still on the program. So you'll hear what that was like for them. And you'll have an opportunity to interact with me and ask your questions. So I really want to answer whatever questions you have about how this program works and what you're going to gain from it. And please stay on till the end, because one lucky person will win the Powerseries program for free and begin their journey of manifestation right now. Maybe you'll manifest this program in your life for free. So I want to begin with my personal story and how I discovered the secret formula to getting anything you sincerely desire. So this is the story about the house that I live in right now. It's my dream house. Doesn't look like the picture here, but almost. What's the big deal about me living in my dream house? So I think that, you know, and lots of people live in their dream house. Lots of people don't. Maybe by the time you're done in this program, you will. So why is it a big deal and why do I want to share it with you? that started my journey in finding the formula to manifesting anything you want in life. And it's everything I teach you on the Power Series program. See, 15 years ago, I had a dream and I didn't cut corners on it. Okay. I knew I wanted a house that would support my family's needs and my personal needs. And why it's a big deal is because I had everything stacked against me. I didn't have money. We were a regular Kyle family and a growing family at that. And we were just making our monthly budget. And the size of the house that I wanted, I didn't even know if it existed here in Israel, or if it did, it certainly didn't exist in the location that I needed to go to if I wanted to stay within my community. It certainly didn't exist in the setting that I wanted, which was to be connected to nature. At least in my mind, none of that existed. And here I am 15 years later, and I live in that dream house that is located exactly where I needed to be, close to my community, but set in nature. So out in my backyard, it's quiet. This is what I like. The size of my house meets my family in every single way. And every day I feel blessed to have this. So why does this matter? I like to think of myself as a student of life. And it set me asking myself some questions like, how did I get here? Do I have some magical power that got me this house that was just a far off dream that I dared to dream? I'd love to think I do have magical powers, but I don't. Sorry. Did Hashem favor me and he granted me this? Like money showed up just when I needed it. A whole series of Hashgacha pratis led me to this house with everything that it's tailor made for me. It's me. My house is me and I'm my house. That's how aligned it is with my energy and who I am as a person. And it's like, did Hashem favor me? But when I explored that, I decided, no, I don't think Hashem favors anyone. We're all equal in his eyes. So that's not the answer. So it wasn't just some happenstance. And so I started to ask myself, was there anything that I did to position myself to be the receiver of this gift? And as I explored that question, that's when I discovered the 5 secrets. I want to share that with you, and I want you to apply it and pay attention to what you wrote down you'd love to manifest in your life, and begin to apply these ideas right now, right here, right now. Okay? So, secret to success number 1 is that you need to honor your desires. I had a burning desire for a house that supported me in every way. My need for space, style, location, and aesthetics. And I didn't ignore that desire. I didn't minimize it. I didn't judge it. I didn't question it. I just knew, I dreamt about it, and I knew that I wanted it, and I gave myself full permission to have my desire. Take a look at what you wrote down and start with honoring your desire. Leave everyone out of the story. Just be present with yourself and acknowledge and allow that this is what you want in your life. Secret to success number 2. Now you have to explore and identify any limiting beliefs you have around your desire. And so I noticed that I was thinking, in Eretz Yisrael, you can't expect to find that. This is not your typical house here in Eretz Yisrael, certainly not within the community where I wanted to be, which is in a city. I live in Bet Shemesh. So that's a limiting belief. A Kyle couple can't afford that. That's a limiting belief. What are you telling yourself about your desire that's limiting in some way? Okay? Identify your limiting beliefs, because our limiting beliefs hold us back. And that's secret to success number 2. Secret to success number 3 is then to replace those limiting beliefs and adopt unlimiting supportive beliefs. I am worthy and deserving of this no less than anyone else. There is no criteria for getting your dream house. Anyone can have it. I'm not less deserving than anyone else. Anything is possible for Hashem. So those are unlimited supportive beliefs. What beliefs would you need to adopt next to the particular thing you want that would open you up and expand you, okay, and take you in the direction of your dream? And I hope you let yourself dream as big as you wanted to dream. Secret to success number 4 is start to take action steps in the direction of your desire. Little action steps. Because when you start to take action steps in the direction of your desire, so if it is beginning to explore or even just drawing a picture of my dream house, okay, so that I know what I want, and then beginning to explore where that could be. Who would I contact? So when you start to do that, you activate the koyach known as koyach ha'emunah, which we're going to talk about in a minute. All right. But it's as if by you taking action, you begin to push in the direction of your desire manifesting. So look at what you want and ask yourself, what would you start to do if you truly believed in a successful outcome? If you believed anything was possible for you, what would you start to do? And secret to success number 5 is knowing what belongs to you and what to give over to Hashem. So it's my job to do the asking and being open to receive. So when I do the asking, I say simply, Hashem, this is what I want. Okay, please could you give it to me? That's the asking. And then I'm just staying open and curious. I wonder how it's going to, how and when He's going to bring it to me. It's Hashem's business how He will choose to deliver it to me, through whom He will deliver it, and when He'll deliver it. And all of these points are very significant. And I know it will be in the best and most supportive way for me, all in divine time. I have repeated this formula thousands of times in my life, shared it with others who have repeated it thousands of times in their life. A formula is something that you know is going to give you results again and again and again. And that is when I explored this question, how did I position myself that I received this gift? Those 5 secrets at the forefront. Of course, there's a lot of details to fill in, which is what I do on Powerseries. But this is what you got to know, okay? How to ask and be open to receive and let Hashem take care of His part in this business. So let's recap. We covered the basic principles of the formula of creating what you desire. We learned that you're responsible for the asking and receiving. Hashem is responsible for the giving. Okay. And sometimes we mess those roles up when we start to step into Hashem's role. All right. And the purpose of all of this, okay, is for your personal growth and expansion. Every desire that we honor that bubbles up inside us, as we pursue the manifestation of it, we grow and change as a person. And who you become directly affects what you get in life. And I think that that's the main point of this all. How I changed as I learned to trust and believe and open up. How my emunah grew. How my honoring of my own deservedness grew. Okay, and these are things we struggle with. Okay. And for those of you who want to go a little deeper, I'll now share with you the details of Powerseries, how it works and what you can expect. Okay, so it's the technical side of it. And then we're going to talk about the 5 koiches we're actually going to cover in the program. So, and I'm going to pick one lucky person to win the Powerseries program for free. So stay with me. So how Powerseries will benefit you. I created this program because I could not keep this discovery to myself. And I just want to say that when I realized that there was a formula to manifesting your desires, by the way, after I discovered this in my own life, I realized it wasn't just a secret to me, but other people out there who'd been conscious about how their life was unfolding for them also recognized these ideas. But when I see people struggling and I see people settling for less than what they have to settle for, it's something in my heart goes crazy. Like, can I show you? Can I just show you what you can do? And you could change the outcome for yourself. You don't need to settle for less. You need to know how to position yourself to receive what you want. Don't shoot your dreams down. Own your dreams and follow the steps. And I wanted to share this. And that's how I went about and created this for you, because I couldn't keep it to myself. And I believe Hashem is Shefa. and wants us to experience Shefa in all its forms, including wealth abundance, love abundance, health abundance, and time abundance. This is available to everyone equally. And if you've struggled with lack in any of these areas like I have, and I've struggled in each one of them, then you know the difficulty of living with constant worry, fear, perhaps even shame and embarrassment, if we can be truly vulnerable and honest, or just total overwhelm, so that all the joy in life is snuffed out. And I designed this program to change all of that for you starting right now. I want you to be on this journey of success right with me. And I want you to have the clear steps to creating anything you want so you can experience security, abundance, freedom, and love in unlimited amounts. And all of that will begin to show up in your life in greater quantities as we journey together. So how about we go for Leigh Miriam? How about we share here one of our past participants and her Powerseries story?
Sure. Okay, great.
All right. So this is
I remember debating about signing up because of the price, and I just felt I needed something to help me with the areas that I was struggling with. Baruch Hashem, today I can say I am thrilled that I decided to go ahead with it. I joined with a few goals, the main one being a struggle with secondary infertility. I felt I just needed to do something for myself in this area to help me not get sucked in the negativity, because I'd been dealing with it for so long, and I just wanted to work on my attitude. I really invested myself in the program. I did the work. I showed up to the classes. I did the homework. I found the classes were very powerful. And step by step, I noticed that my attitude in many areas were shifting as I began to understand the power of how we can tap into the kohos that are really available to all of us. But we need to first challenge our existing beliefs and be open to new outcomes. Till today, I constantly repeat over some of Dina's lines, like, either it will or it won't. Either way, I'll be okay. I learned how to focus on what essence I feel I'm lacking in and how it's already available in my own life, as opposed to being stuck to needing it appear in a certain form and then watching it appear in the form I actually wanted. At one point, I spoke with Leigh Miriam, and I told her I believe that I'm going to be the next Powerseries success story. I believe I will be Zocha to a power baby. I would spend time each week imagining I was already holding an infant and what the simcha would look like and what I would feel like as I watched it unfold. When things got hard, I would do some of Dina's exercises. Like, for example, she has one where you imagine that you give over your troubles to Hashem and you tell him what you need, and then you hear a voice telling you that your request was received and it's being processed. I found it very, very powerful, and it really helped me. Today, as I hold my newborn, born after close to 10 years of waiting, I am so grateful for this miraculous journey that has changed me in so many ways. Not just did I get a delicious baby, but I continued doing the power work throughout the whole pregnancy, and I focused on when I wanted to give birth, how I wanted the labor and delivery to proceed, where I wanted to be, how I wanted to feel, and how beautiful the simcha would be as family and friends would join us in celebrating our miracle. I got everything I imagined. The simcha was that much more beautiful because I focused on the essence of what I wanted, and I didn't lose myself in the details that could mar it in any way. Thank you, Dina and Leigh Miriam, for creating this program and putting this information out there for anyone who wants to access it. If you are prepared to try something that is life-altering and you're ready to completely change the way you view your relationship with yourself, with others, and with Hashem, then join the Powerseries and be prepared to be the next miracle.
Okay.
So you want to see her baby? Here you go. This is real, ladies, after 10 years. And I'm so grateful for Esty for sharing her story. Yeah, that's just one of the many, many, many miracles that happen. I don't even call them miracles. I know we call them miracles because something maybe unexpected, unusual against Teva, we called it a miracle. But really, when you follow the formula, it becomes expected. And we live with Hashem. That's what it's about, literally. So let's look at the 5 kaiches quickly and the challenges people experience and how Powerseries is going to resolve that for you. And here's what I truly believe. When Hashem put us in this world, he did not put us out at sea without oars to take us from one side to the other. And the oars that he gave us are these 5 kaiches. Knowing what they are, when to use which one appropriately, and how to use it, that's another secret, okay? And that's what we get to explore. So the first kayach that we've been given is kayach haratzon, all right? Actually, having a desire has a power to begin to draw that into your life. The challenge that we all experience, okay, a little bit I touched it when I spoke about the 5 secrets, is that judging your desires as either being wrong, greedy, or too materialistic, okay? So if you have a judgment on your desires, it neutralizes the power of that koyach, okay? So learning how to get out of that space of judgment and honoring it, that's a piece that we do together. And then oftentimes, even though we say we really want something, there's a part in us that is afraid of getting the very thing you actually want. And that kind of like puts the brakes on it. And so learning how to bypass that or clear that out of the way is another challenge that people are challenged with. You see, if we knew how to use all of these koiches appropriately, we would keep attracting to ourselves in our lives the very things that we want. Okay, because Hashem gave us these koiches, they're intended to be used. All right. So kayach number 2, okay, and the modules we're going through is kayach tefillah. And again, who doesn't know what kayach tefillah is? We all daven every day, right? So what's the challenge that people encounter? Well, often people will say, I don't really feel that tefillah can make a difference. I've asked so many times. I mean, 10 years of asking for a baby and not gotten results. Yeah. So again, there's a way to use tefillah that works. And then there's our thoughts and beliefs about tefillah, our give up place about tefillah. And that stops the power of it because tefillah works every single time. So again, learning how to bypass that challenge. And module number 2 is what we're going to cover. Okay. It's one of your oars to get you across in life from one side to the other. Module number 3 focuses on kayach emunah. Okay. And emunah, again, is like a magnet. When you have true emunah, faith that this is going to happen, and you can count it like from 1 to 10. How much do you believe this is going to happen? And we want to be in a position where we believe it out of 10. But how do you get there? There are thoughts that get in the way. For example, why would Hashem do this for me? That neutralizes the power of emunah. Or when we ourselves say, I can't see how this is possible, okay? That undercuts the emunah. Now, emunah, the koyach of it has got to do with how strongly you are on with it. But what if you're not? Okay, so it's all practical. I am aware of all these challenges because I had them. And as I learned to get past them and I give you practical processes, it will move you from maybe right now, if you check in on the thing you put, if you could magically create whatever, and you say, how much do you believe this is going to show up in your life by the end of the year? And maybe you believe it 2, 3. How do you get that belief up to a 10? We cover that. All right. Module number 4 focuses on kayach hamachshava. Kayach hamachshava is the power of our thinking. So our thoughts, again, work like a magnet. When we focus on what we want, we draw that into our life. When we focus on what we don't want or what's not showing up or any other limiting beliefs that are in our mind, then we, again, slow the process down and sometimes even stop it. But we're just human beings and my mind keeps focusing on negative outcomes. What should I do? Or I don't know how to focus on the positive when so many things can go wrong. And then, and here's the other thing. Sometimes we try to protect ourselves because Then I'll be disappointed. If I start to really believe it's going to happen and it doesn't happen, I'm going to have to deal with the pain of disappointment. And these are real challenges. Okay. Again, I felt them, I experienced them. I learned what to do to get past them, taught others how to get past them. Do you identify with this challenge? Okay, you can get past that. Module number 5 focuses on Koyach HaIshtadlus. And Koyach HaIshtadlus, as we all know, we live in an Olam HaAsiyah. It's a world where you actually have to take action. But what's the challenge? I don't know which action step to take. Where do I begin? What do I do? What's the right thing to do? And then, of course, I don't know how much action to take. So we talk about when we're trying to control it and what that feels like. And that's not how it works. We're going to talk about inspired action, that you actually are inspired. You know which action step to take and how much to take and when to stop and be at peace as you wait for the outcome to show up. So imagine if that could be resolved for you. So we have those 5 koiches, the challenges all of us human beings experience with them. Powerseries will tell you how to get past all of that. So let's focus on program details for a minute. Lemur, are you there?
Hi. Okay, great.
So let me just introduce Leah Miriam to you. Leah Miriam is my partner in this, and she makes sure that you have the smoothest, easiest, most positive experience navigating your way through the Powerseries experience. So she's going to share the program details with you. Leah Miriam, thank you.
Okay, great. So here we go. This program is delivered via Zoom or teleconference. So you can join however it suits you best. If you like the phone, you can join by phone. If you like to see the class, you can join by Zoom. Next, you get to join from the comfort of your home. So no need to get a babysitter. Join from wherever it works best for you. Next, you can listen in anytime as all classes are recorded. So if you're not able to get online, you can listen to the classes at a later time. Once the class is given, it stays accessible for the duration of the program. Next, each call is approximately 60 to 75 minutes long, so it's between an hour and 15 minutes. Next, Q&A session after each class. So at the end of each class, Dina will answer some questions from participants, and that helps you better understand how to integrate what was taught. And classes are offered workshop style, so there's interaction and processes are demonstrated on volunteers. And what that means is that during the class, Dina will ask for a volunteer to demonstrate what she's teaching so that you can see how to use the techniques that she's teaching in real time. And finally, the program begins on Monday, May 1st. So that's next week, a week from today, Monday, May 1st at 10:30 in the morning.
Hey,
yeah.
Can't wait to see you there next week. How about we go for another awesome testimonial? Let's hear Marilyn's story. Go for it, Leah Miriam.
Great.
What did you choose to work on, Marilyn?
Okay, so I did my ideal home, and we were actually looking to buy a house for over 15 years. Every house we looked at was either, if anyone knows Brooklyn, Flatbush, it was either too small, needed too much work, was too far, or was too expensive. Not only that, but even though I was so desperate to buy a house, because the situation I was in at the time was I was expecting my 9th child. I had 2 married daughters who came all the time for Shabbos, and we were living in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. So even though I felt so desperate and squeezed to move, at the same time, deep inside me, I really had fears and concerns and things that were making me things that were making me nervous about moving. And I knew they were blocking me from getting my house. I just didn't know how to unblock it. And then last year, I came on to the Powerseries course, and each process was just so powerful for me, like one after the other. But I think I could really say that the process that was the most powerful for me, and I use all the time till today, was the contrast to clarity, where after I worked on that, my fears were 100% cleared. And I'm not exaggerating, really. Like, if I would describe the feeling after I finished that piece, was almost like a heavy fog was like lifted off of me, and I just felt
so like light and free and happy. And it was amazing because really not long after that, maybe a couple of weeks after that, we were told about this house, and me and my husband went down to see it. And it was just like the perfect house for me in the perfect area. It had every single thing on my list that I wanted. And again, I'm not exaggerating. I know I sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm really not. It had every single thing.
I know you're not. I know you're not. That's how it
and
was.
even after when my daughters went to see the house, they told me, they're like, "Ma, it's crazy. Like this house was tailor made for you." Like, and I'm like, I know. And after each lesson and the work that I did, I saw so clear how each lesson and each piece of work brought me a step closer to being able to buy this house. I literally watched miracles unfolding. I mean, just an example, the seller had an offer for a lot more money than we were offering, and she refused it, saying, "No, I want to sell it to these people." Money that we didn't have just became available to us. It was like, whoa, like everything was just amazing. I saw how really anything and everything is possible. And even more than that, really, like I saw so clear how my inner world has a direct effect on what happens to me in my life. And it really changed like my whole attitude and perspective to life. Since this is not my only story. I mean, since finishing this course, and it wasn't even so long ago, I've used these tools for so many things. I've done my ideal birth. I've done my ideal party. I've done my ideal Shabbos, my ideal weekend at my parents, my ideal housekeeper. I've used it for everything. And each time I do the work afterwards, I just like, and it doesn't even have to be long. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes, depending how big the story is. I just take a step back, and I know like now I'm just going to watch how everything plays out. I'm calm. I'm like ready to watch almost like a play. How is it going to all unfold? And each time I am just filled with gratitude to Hashem, my eyes filled with tears so many times, how, whoa, like Hashem really is amazing. Like he's giving me everything I want. Anytime I'm nervous about anything, I use these tools. This morning I did it for getting on. I really feel like I'm living above the laws of nature, and I really feel so close to Hashem. Like my wish.
And I feel so close to Hashem because that is
yes, I feel so close to Hashem. He's holding my hand and really like just taking me through every step of my life, and I just watch it like as an observer. I feel like I'm watching myself, like just having these miracles and like behaving and like where I would normally be nervous, I'm just calm, and where I would like just, I don't know, it's surreal. It's really amazing. And
Marilyn, really, I love your story, and I love the way you've applied. I love the way your life is transformed. This is so powerful and so inspiring. Thank you so much.
But it's really true, and it's true every word.
So why would you recommend this program to others, Marilyn? Why would you recommend it?
Because we all have desires. Every single person has desires, and many times we just give up or we suppress them, and there's no need. Like, you don't have to. You could really just, it's really watching your dreams come true. That's really what it is.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
So there we have Marilyn's story, and I'm not going to add anything to it, but I wonder why she had to keep saying, I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, think about that. So let's talk about what this investment is for yourself, investing in yourself by joining here. So I've spent the past 15 years fine-tuning the information so that you'll get the results of all my trial and error in just 16 seconds. So you can bypass all the trial and error that I went through. I like to say that I learned more about how these koiches work, but through the times it didn't work, than even the times it did work, because it taught me so much. And then I can just take you straight there and bypass all the all the mistakes or all the misunderstandings, or even learn how to understand when something's not showing up right away. We're going to talk about it on the program. And so I want to ask you this, just really take a moment to tune inwards. And what would it be worth to you? And take a look at what you wrote down. So finally reclaim your health and vitality, if that's what you're looking for. How much would you pay for that? Or to find your dream job and enjoy fulfillment every day. What would you put out for that? This is all an investment in yourself. Manifest your dream house to support and protect your family. Next time I have to ask Marilyn for a picture of her dream house. Have enough financial abundance so you don't have to worry again for providing for your family. Which Yiddish mother doesn't want that? I know that I want it for every Yiddish mother. I also want every Yiddish mother to have a home that supports her, because our home gives us our koyach. That's what I believe, or that's what I experience. What would it be worth for you to have deeply meaningful relationships and experience love all around you? What if you knew and just felt all the time that you're just totally enveloped by love? And what would it mean for you to live your life in balance so you can enjoy every moment and wake up with excitement, so that, you know, there's a balance between what you're doing and your downtime, which so many people don't have time abundance. What if you could have that? And then it's just a joy to wake up because your day is manageable. Yeah. So you can achieve any of your desires for the minimal investment of just, there you go, $4.95. Now, did you put down a sum you would pay to get whatever? What would someone pay to be able to have a baby? Yeah. So I invite you to join me. This is not some empty promise. Okay. This is a journey together with you. And so once again, Lemur, can you help our participants here understand what $4.95 will get them and what their options are?
Okay, great. So for the Powerseries pricing, we have two plans. I'm going to go through the first plan first, the basic, and then we'll talk about the gold standard. So the basic plan is $4.95, and for that, you get live access to the Powerseries webinar and teleconference. So each week, according to our calendar, you can join the classes either by Zoom or by phone. Next, you get the live question and answer session following each class. So at the end of each class, Dina will call on a few volunteers who have questions about the material that was taught on the class. Next, you get access to the Powerseries webinar and teleconference recordings for the duration of the program. So once each class completes, you'll have access to it until the end of the program. So if you're not able to get on live, or if you want to review what was taught, you can refer back to the recordings at any time during the program. And then you get a Powerseries handbook with a summary of each class. And that's something that you'll receive in the mail, a hard copy of a handbook that is a summary of each class, so you can more easily follow the classes. And again, the price for the basic program is $4.95. And then we've got our second plan, the gold standard plan. And you would really want to consider to take advantage of this plan, because it gives you some really great additional features, great and supportive features. So here it is. Now, let's see. You'll get all the features that are included in the basic plan, plus the following three features. First of all, there's the exclusive additional question and answer sessions with Dina. So these are 2 additional classes in addition to the 16 regular classes of the program that are dedicated to your questions. And on these sessions, you're going to get to ask your personal questions, and it will help you further understand how to implement the material that is taught on the program. And the value of the Q&A sessions is $85. You get it included. Next, be paired up with a chavrusa or partner. So you'll have the opportunity to be paired up with a partner for the program, and having a chavrusa, having a partner, will help you feel motivated to do the work And also we'll give you someone, a like-minded woman who you can share your journey on the program. And that's valued at $40. And for the third thing that's included in here is receiving the Power Series recordings upon completion of the program. And what that is that automatically, when the program completes, you'll get a link to the recordings of the program for free. The recordings are yours to keep. You can review the classes at any time. And these recordings are valued at $50. So the gold plan is actually, the value of the gold plan is $669. However, so that we can make it available to as many women as possible, we offer you a $100 discount for $569. And so you can choose the program the plan that's right for you. And those are the two options that you have.
Thanks, Miriam. That was very clear. Do you want to let people know what time the class is?
Yes, sure. The classes take place on Mondays at 10:30 Eastern time, US time, and we're also going to answer that in the frequently asked questions. Sure.
Okay, great. All right, so let's go for the frequently asked questions. So some of the questions that you've got in your mind are going to be answered here.
Okay, so when does the program begin and when is it given each week? So the program begins in 1 week from today on May 1st, Monday, and the classes take place on Monday mornings at 10:30 a.m. US time. That's 5:30 Israel, 3:30 in England, and some other, the other people in Europe, you'll calculate your time. Okay, how much time is each class? And does this program require more time than just listening to the classes? So the classes last between 1 hour and 1 hour and 15 minutes each week. And then in order to see the most results, you would want to invest about 15 to 30 minutes per class doing the processes or exercises that Dina taught that week. Okay, what if I'm not able to be on live? Will I still gain from joining the program? And the answer is yes. Many of our participants are not able to join during the time that Dina actually gives the class. However, all classes are recorded, so you can listen to them either by webinar or by phone. Once a class completed, it remains available for the rest of the program. So you can listen and you can review whenever it's convenient for you. Next, what if I'm not able to keep up with the program the entire time? Will I have access to the classes once the program finishes? And the answer is yes. The classes remain available for the duration of the program. Now, once the program completes in August, you can order the recordings for a fee of $50. For those who join the gold standard plan, the recordings are included in the price. So you don't have to pay any additional fee at the end of the program. And the link to download the recordings will be sent to you automatically. But no worries, if you join the basic plan, you'll be able to order it for $50. Next, how many classes are there in Powerseries? And when does the program start and end? So the program consists of 16 classes. It starts in 1 week on Monday, May 1st, and it ends in August. Next, if I join with friends, is there a group discount? Yes. We have a special group discount for those who join with groups of 5 or more. You can email us or call in to speak to a live representative for details for how to get the discount. And I'm going to give you the email address and the phone number now. The email is Powerseries, Powerseries, Powerseries@dinafriedmanacademy.com, or phone number 718-285-3970. And just in time. Okay. Okay, next. Are there any other discounts available? And the answer is once again, yes. We've got a lot of yeses today. We have an early bird discount of $25 off the Powerseries program, but that discount is only available up until tonight. So hurry. If you want to take advantage of this discount, it's available until tonight, and the code to use is POWER2023, POWER 2023. Use that code at checkout to get $25 off the program. Okay, and those are our questions.
Thanks for all that information. That really helps. And now, for your patience and staying on with me, the lucky winner is Miriam.
Okay, so hang on a second, because we're going to do the raffle right now. Just give me a minute.
I wonder who's manifesting this now.
Okay. Okay, and we have a winner, and that is 718-855-3920. And I'm going to open up your line to say hello and for you to tell us who you are. So, whoopsie, sorry, hang on a second, sorry. Okay. I'm not sure who you are, but see if you could please unmute yourself so that we can
Hi,
say
lucky
hello to you.
winner. Want to say hello to you.
Hi, Dina. It's Yeti. I actually participated in all your classes. I started probably about 15 years ago with the Chanoich Lenar. I
Wow.
did take the Power Series, and I would like to take it again.
Welcome back.
So,
Welcome back. Is there anything you want to tell new people on here about Powerseries and why you wanted to take it again?
basically, I saw such amazing results that I would love to continue seeing those miracles happen. It changed me as a person in general, as an overall person in every aspect. Not only this course, the mastery, I took the whole mastery. I took all your courses. I actually did the Generations in Harmony this year.
Wow.
So,
Is there any one outcome story you would like to share when you say I experienced miracles?
actually, this one now. As you were picking out the number, I was hoping it's me.
I love you. Welcome on. Thank you so much. It's so great to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay.
So
All
you can
right.
get in touch with you after the class.
All right. So, ladies, did you find this intriguing? Do you want me to hold your hand to get you to the manifestation of whatever it is you desire? I want to invite you to sign up now and save $25 just by going to the link below. I can't wait to have you join me on this journey. It is always the most exhilarating, fun thing that I get to participate in together with you, and we journey together. So this is a personal invitation to each one of you. And once again, my deep appreciation for joining us here. And now we'll take some questions.
Okay, great. So Dina, how about we take some live questions first, and then we'll see if we have time to answer anything from the Q&A, or do you want to do Q&A first?
Just looking here. I want to just address this question because I think it gives me a chance to focus on a part that I might not have stressed enough. So one of the people asks, this sounds so powerful. I'm just wondering, how does this work with the concept that ultimately Hashem is in charge of the end results? There can be people who lived with ultimate bitachon and emunah and use these koiches, but in the end, Hashem decides. And I think that's a fabulous point you bring up here. I'm not going to be able to answer it now. It's a very relevant question. It's going to come up many times on the program. And I do want to reassure everyone that as we work, I bring in hashkafas and supportive sources for those hashkafas, and you will have a new understanding how to look at this idea that Hashem is in charge of the end result, because the answer is yes, but the way we understand it, or the role that you get to play in it, is something that people are not so aware of. And that's basically where I'm working, is the role you play, okay, towards that result. And let me just see here. Yeah, same question. Hashem knows what's best for us, so how do we manipulate that? You're not manipulating. You're using the koiches you've been given. You're supposed to be using them, okay? But again, it'll get answered. Okay, let me remember. I see there's a lot of practical, technical questions. It might be for you.
Okay, do you want me to answer some technical questions now? Okay, in the meantime,
well, how about we take 2 live questions, so there's some live interaction here and people can experience that, and then you can go ahead and look at.
okay, great. So you can raise your hand or press *9 to ask a question. And let's see.
Hi, Dina.
Hi, who's that?
My name is Naomi. We spoke a couple times.
Hi, Naomi. Nice to speak to you
Hi.
again.
Yes. I've been trying to manifest my dream job.
Yes.
And I've used like the contrast to clarity, which is incredible, really transformed me. But I still find that I have not gotten my ideal job. I'm just wondering like what can be blocking me.
It's hard to say right now. Many things could be blocking along the way, but as we go through each kayach and how to apply it, it's going to shift something for you. One of the blocks that is often hard for us to get to is the some subconscious blockages that we have, and I'm going to go through the typical ones that we deal with, such as deserving it or hidden fears that we're not acknowledging or noticing, and those kind of put a brakes on bringing the outcome to you. But Emet Hashem, on the program, we deal with all of that and open that up for you, and that speeds up the manifestation. We also talk about something called the time lag, which is that everything meets and comes together in what I call divine time. So divine time is the perfect timing that we human beings who are limited and don't know everything that needs to come together for our highest good. That's Hashem's timing, okay? And so we learn to recognize if you might be in a time lag now and what to do in that time lag, or if there's something inside you that's holding it back and how to open that up. So that would be the general answer. But on the program, you're going to find the specifics as you journey. Thanks for that question, Naomi. Hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Okay, I just opened up the line. Do you want to unmute yourself? Okay, it looks like maybe she's not available. Let's try someone else.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. Who's
Hi.
that?
Thank you. My name is Yidis.
Hi, Yidis.
Thank you. I took the Power Series last time.
Yes.
Last time we gave it, and I'm considering doing it again now. I have a question. I know what's blocking me from honoring my desires, and it's like always in the way. Who says that my desires are what Hashem wants, or it's okay for me to have those desires? It feels very, let's say, I don't know, mundane or whatever. Like, who says it's in line with what Hashem wants?
Good question.
Let's say
And you're not going to be the only person blocked with that. That's one of the reasons why people don't bring all their attention to their desires, because they say, who says that's what Hashem wants for me, and who says it's good for me? And I'm going to remind you, in the very first session, I talk about how Hashem operates through us, through our desires. That is how he awakens us to keep expanding our life. He actually puts those desires inside you. So that's one answer. Another thing that we focus on a little later on, if you remember, I take you through a meditation that helps you. In the meditation, what we're doing is, especially for people that are afraid that my desire might not be aligned with Hashem's ratzon for me, as that and meditation that aligns your desire with Hashem's ratzon. It's like we give it over, we ask him to clean it and put it back inside us. I don't know if you remember that meditation. Do you remember it?
I remember a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so that's specifically for that fear. Now remember, I always say this, no one gets some petek falling down from Shamayim, some kind of a note that flies down from Shamayim and says, you're supposed to work on this now, you're supposed to do that now. So we learn to tap into and recognize when a desire is a soul desire, including you need to live in a house. So if you call that mundane, but yeah, you need a house, you need food, you need money. And I go back and we cover these hashkafas in ein kemach, ein Torah, ein kemach. Mundane is only mundane if it's separated from purpose. But when we combine the two things together, so my house supports my well-being, so I can be joyful every day. My house supports my family, so I can raise them as Torah Yidden. So there's many different aspects of it. So recognizing that mundane is only if we separate it out from purpose. There is no such thing as mundane. All things serve each other. And I don't know if this answer is complete for you, and that's okay, because this, I just wanted to demonstrate for the ladies on the line who haven't been with me in the past, is how we address the hashkafas. You get opportunities to ask your questions, especially in the additional 2 Q&As, because those are like 45 minutes of just focus on questions. And typically in a class, I get to 2 or 3 questions. But you can bring up your hashkafa questions and we stay with it and we work them through. So Yidis, has that reminded you of some of the material that we addressed when we talked about that? Remembering that desires is
Yes.
actually Hashem operating through us. He's pushing us in order to expand our life, and also taking our desires and kind of cleaning them and learning to recognize when something is coming from your soul, and realizing that what you call mundane is only mundane if it's divorced from purpose. There is no such thing as mundane. Everything that's attached to purpose is purposeful and important, relevant, and worthy of your attention to go after. Okay? Hope that helps you.
Definitely answered my question. Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Thank you, Yidis. Thank you for bringing that up and for the opportunity to demonstrate what it looks like. And that lady is without all the other information, because it's not just, it's had to answer a question without all the other supportive information around and around, but it's kind of a little taste of what that looks like and the kind of support you get. Limiram, did you want to choose any of the other questions that came
I can
in?
answer some technical questions. Okay. What time of the day is the class given? The class is given at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, which is US time, like New York time. It's 5:30 in Israel, 3:30 in England. And no worries, all the classes are recorded. So if you cannot get on live, you'll still be able to listen to it at a later time. I've been on Powerseries twice before. Is there a benefit to doing it a 3rd time? Yes, for sure. When you're on with the group, you'll end up being motivated and getting to the work every week, and really being able to see more miracles, especially if you say you've seen many before. Can we?
I just want to add to that. There's a certain energy. It's kind of like you get an energy boost every week when you're on together. So I know you've got the information. And so maybe that's not so much, even though there'll be some additional things, because I'm always learning and growing, and hopefully we'll share more examples in different ways so that I can expand it for previous participants. But there's something that happens when you're in a group and you get this weekly energy boost, because the work on Powerseries, it's such an expanded energy. Just showing up and being present to it expands you. And so it keeps you in that, it's hard to stay in that expanded place on your own, because, out there in the world, there's a lot of, and there's no criticism on this. It's challenging. There's negative thinking and limiting thinking, and, and people are quick to tell you, because they don't want you to put your hopes up, and quick to tell you it's not possible, and you can't, and like what you're dreaming. But to be in a community of people that are working together, we give each other strength. And I really believe that we are affecting each other's results. So belonging to it has its own special koyach that's different when you're doing it on your own. So yeah.
Okay, great.
I did want to talk about, someone asked this question, so maybe I'll just address the limits of Powerseries. One participant very courageously asked, could I still have a baby if I'm 50? Like, would Powerseries help me with that? So, I don't want to make, and I don't make any, promises about anything, because I'm not here to guarantee anything. Does every single one of my desires manifest in the way I thought I wanted it? I'll tell you the truth, not always, but way more does than doesn't. And things happen that I would never believe, like I'm saying, if I would say, how could I get this house? And I had no money. And I mean it. It was like the day we had to commit and put the down payment, a lump sum of money arrived that day. That was exactly the amount that I needed for the down payment. People have these stories all the time. It's not even wild anymore. So is anything possible? Anything is possible. We will learn the criteria. So when I talk about positioning yourself, we're going to talk about the criteria that you need. Like, is this a soul desire? Matters whether you're going to be able to manifest it. I'm not making promises that you'll be Sarah Mainu's age and have a baby. But have people at age 50 had babies? Yes. Just 2 weeks ago, I got to witness a father at his own child's birth, 35 years, first child. Maybe you heard about it. First child after 35 years. And I saw him take his child into, oh, you could cry. It was just like, so is it possible? Yeah. Another woman had a child at age 50 with intervention. She got pregnant after that naturally and had a second child. Another wild story. So I wouldn't discount anything as being possible. What I want to say is, and I say this with all of my heart, follow your desires. I don't say, give up on any of your dreams, but really, and what I say is, it's not the outcome at the end of the day. The outcome is the motivator. The change that will occur for you as a person as you travel this journey is way more valuable. You'll get your outcome, maybe you won't. You will change, and you'll change in a way that is so beautiful. You don't want to go back. You'll thank that desire for showing up. But is it possible? It is absolutely possible. It is absolutely possible. And maybe you'll be our next Power Series story. Oh, I bench you that with all of my heart. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me just address two more technical questions. One person is asking, can I split the payment into 3 payments? And the answer is, we would love to have you join. Typically, we split it into 2, but if you need a third, you need to split into a third, please call in. I'm going to repeat the phone number, 718-285-3970, and we will be able to help you to split it up into that third payment. And another question here is, if I've taken Power Series before, is there a discount for repeat, for people who are repeating the program? So the answer is yes. If you are repeating the Power Series program, you've taken this particular program before, yes, either you would have received an email. If you haven't received an email, then please email us or call in, and we will give you the code. You have a $200 discount if you have already taken Power Series in the past.
Yay, whoa, $200 discount, so you can come back and we can share again. Okay. It's a total love fest, the sharing, and it's yeah. So thank you once again for showing up here today. I think we've covered everything for now, Miriam. Okay, right, and our hour is up. This was such fun, and I want to see you next week. I want to help you manifest whatever it was that you wrote down that you would create for yourself if you could, if you had a magic wand. The magic wand is here. It's called Power Series. Come join me. I love you all for being here today. Wish you hatzlacha in everything you do. Bye for now.